Hello, everyone. Good afternoon to you. Happy Friday, and thanks for joining us here on Wave Listens Live. I'm your host, Brian Schlonsky. We've got a great show to close out the week here today as we take you to the rundown now and show you who you can expect. We are doing 2 segments with elder advisors ahead of the upcoming workshops. All the information you need to know there. And then we've got some tips on TV for you. We've been talking about Easter. We've got a lot coming up with that. So tips on TV. You won't want to miss it in our 3rd segment today. But we mentioned we are starting things off today with Elder Advisors. 2 segments today. Larry Weiss is back. He was here
Kentuckiana.
earlier this week. And Autumn Schneider is joining us this time as well.
Hi, Autumn. Were you here today?
Welcome back to the show, Autumn.
Okay.
For all of our viewers who saw you this week, you had in Autumn's seat a life-size Peep.
I did.
We've toned it down a bit.
I have. Well, you know, Mr. Peep.
I don't think I'm ever going to be able to compete.
Mr. Peep really let me down because, you know, we had a little after-action report in the green room after the show. And I said, Mr. Peep, you let me down. You said you were going to back my play. You were going to be interactive. And he said, Larry, I just choked.
Yeah.
I just choked. You know, the camera lights, the beauty that's Brian Schlonsky, I just couldn't focus.
There's a lot of pressure.
Well, he's out. Mr. Peep is out. You know, his good looks are only going to get you so far.
Okay.
He's out.
We are still Easter themed for this.
Good Friday. Happy Good Friday, Kentuckiana.
Yes. Happy Good Friday. The workshops are coming up, so everybody's going to get through this weekend and then fill us in on
Monday,
what's going
Tuesday, and Wednesday. Don't go broke in a nursing home, Kentuckiana, because you don't have to. You don't have to. It starts with a phone call, 855-LARRY-55, or then go to freeworkshop.com. Getting quite a few people reserving, and certainly in E-Town or Elizabethtown, Kentucky. So very pleased with Elizabethtown representing Bob Marshall, our erstwhile CPA tax, elder law, estate planning attorney. He made me say it. It's
that whole title.
It's a coincidence, Bob. But he'll be there Monday in Louisville and Wednesday in Elizabethtown. And it's time for workshops. Beautiful spring weather. Don't go broke in nursing home. You don't have to. It starts Monday the 1st at the Hilton Garden Inn down by the airport. Exit 132 right off I-65 next to Gate 4 and the Cracker Barrel. Tuesday, we go back across the river to Indiana. Laura Williams will be our guest attorney for the Indiana Workshop at the Hampton Inn on Broadway, right off Veterans Parkway. And, of course, Wednesday, we're heading down south to Elizabethtown on April 3rd at the Hilton Garden Inn in Elizabethtown. People can go to freeworkshop.com and register or call 855-LARRY-55. It answers all of your questions and problems in life. 855-LARRY-55.
It's easy to remember.
It's called a marquee. It's called a marquee name, marquee number. Television,
well,
showbiz.
It worked out.
It works.
You chose a good one.
Right. Thank you. Thank you.
You also choose a great team to surround yourself with. Autumn is with us today.
Yes.
Your official title, I know you do so much for the clients, but Director of Client Services. So for the people that will meet you at the workshop for the first time, what do you want them to know about how you help with all of this?
So I'm kind of a little bit low key at the workshop. I'm not big on talking in front of everybody, but you know, Larry.
You got a guy for that.
Larry drags me on when he's not bringing the peeps on.
Yeah.
So
that was a dig.
Yeah, I know.
So I just I do some intake at the end, make some appointments for them there. But we do what we call our scheduled days later, which they'll learn a little bit more about when they come out and meet with us. And then that's when I would be there as well, and we'll kind of get more deep into the woods of what they may need, whether it's pre-planning, crisis planning, or whatever that might look like for them, if we can give them some guidance and some help along the way, of course, with the different attorneys that'll be there. So
yeah, Larry, you do such a good job of coming on the show and introducing yourself to people. And
hello, Kentucky. Hello, children. Is this the intro? Is this the start of the show?
Introduce was not the right word I should have used, but remind people of the great work that you do. How important is it that when you bring your team to, that everybody that comes to the workshops, especially if they've seen you here, it's all, as if they already know you when they go. And it's a difficult process, so to have somebody on your side that you feel like you know probably eases some of that.
It can be. It's a very stressful time for families, you know, especially for the crisis plan where, you know, mom's in rehab right now, or they just moved back home because they're afraid of what to do. They're afraid they'll lose mom's modest savings of $50,000, and those are real fears. Those are real factors. You don't have to do that, but that's why we do the workshops. You know, we've been doing it, goodness gracious, for like 12 years now. Since July of 2010, we basically revamped our business model to do the workshops, and it really works for us, and I think it works for the community. Right. It's fast-paced.
And he knows that everybody has different needs, so he will ask the questions. I know he said that a million times. He asked his 3 questions, you know, what brings you here today? Is it a little bit about pre-planning? Is it crisis? Is it you're thinking somebody may go into the nursing home? So, you know, if you're not sure mom may need to go in the nursing home 6 months, it's a good time to come out and learn and kind of get ahead of the game.
Brian, what that was a perfect example on live television of stealing my thunder. She stole my thunder.
Because she didn't do hands go up.
No, she tore it up. But no, she
I
did
like
good.
to do that all day.
Yeah, okay.
She does it great. She's paid very well to undermine me at every turn. But Autumn, like Lindsay, and quite honestly, the rest of the team at Elder Advisors, you're only as strong as your weakest link. And I would truly like to think there are no weak links at Elder Advisors. We're strong. We work together. I think there's 11 of us now. Quite frankly, it's hard to keep track. But we're very blessed, and I'm living. I'm not existent. I love what I do. I get up and just go and enjoy something that I love doing. I'm in my 28th year of doing this. Lindsay's my right hand. Autumn is my right hand. They know what needs to be done. They jump into it and they get it taken care of. And it's really kind of it's kind of almost very humbling to see the ladies just really take to it, and the rest of the company. But certainly Lindsay and Autumn are right at the point.
Can you all imagine working with us every day? I'm just going to
I get them a couple times a month, and they're great days. I'll tell you that.
Let's take our vitamins, Kentuckiana. High energy next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at the workshop.
Is that something? Okay, so when we're talking about the different things that you ask people, where you are in this process, is the idea the more that you can reach out to people, the more they can come to the workshops, get them in the pre-planning phase instead of it's a crisis and I don't know what to do now?
I think it really depends.
Well,
everybody's situation is a little bit different.
Yeah, but to that point, that's where Lindsay says at the workshop, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago or today. Get it done. Quit dragging your feet, because a lot of times what's causing us to drag our feet, quite frankly, is fear. Fear of the unknown. I don't know. If I don't do anything, that's safe for me. Well, not if you're getting ready to burn $12,000 a month. And there's people right now, there's at least one person in Kentuckiana watching this thinking, well, maybe next month because Dad's still in rehab. No, you need to come out. It's called Free Workshop for a reason, freeworkshop.com. It's a free workshop. You're going to have fun. It's fast-paced. If you think you're going to be there 6 hours and fall asleep, you're going to be disappointed, Kentuckiana. It's fast-paced. We get to it. We hit the talking points of what everybody's concerned about, the nuances, what I call, the soap opera dynamic on the brother and the one sister, the one brother who's in jail. We'll talk about that in private at a free consultation. Don't think those conversations don't come up.
Sure.
But they do. But the benefit of coming to the workshop, there's always legal nuances. I'm not an attorney. I'm also not a pharmacist or a TV host like Brian Schlonsky, Wave 3. But there's usually a legal component, so we're always happy to defer to legal. Bob Marshall for this month in Kentucky. Laura Williams in Indiana, because to be successful for husband and wife, we can protect pretty much all the assets. I had a gentleman come in yesterday, and his wife just went to a care facility. He's like, well, what about this 5-year? And I said, it doesn't apply to husband and wife. That's what allows us to keep all the assets. And he was stunned to hear that. And I said, well, sir, really? That's why you drove by 4 banks, 3 financial offices, a McDonald's, and a Quickie Mart to get here. Know one thing and do it well. I do.
And another question is always, are they going to take my house?
Right.
I hear that almost every single appointment. Are they going to take my house because my wife's in the nursing home?
Right. And the answer is no.
And it's a sad state that's even the question that has to be asked right away, that everybody is thinking that way.
Touche.
Okay.
The producer's telling me we got to wrap up for
She
commercial
actually
break.
is. You were really good at that.
Well, I'm on TV.
He somehow heard her in my ear. We've got about 10 seconds left. So
Don't Go Broke in a Nursing Home. April 1st in Louisville, April 2nd in Clarksville, April 3rd in E-Town, or as we like to say, Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Don't Go Broke in a Nursing Home. We'll be right back after this break.
there it is. We'll see you in a second.